Hello, my name is Michael Nunneley. I am the creator and one of the writers of the Omen verse. In this two-part series, I want to discuss creating villains and using them to craft your hero's journey and growth as a person and a hero. In this video specifically, I want to talk about the basic plot structure in when you're talking about the hero-villain stories, superhero comics, that kind of thing, and the effect that the villain has on that plot structure and on the hero himself. Now, philosophically speaking, uh, in order to have a strong and secure faith, in order to have a strong and secure belief system, in order to have a strong and secure set of morals and ethics, your codes, um, you can't just have empty space in there. Let's use the analogy of putting up a building. Let's say you have an idea about your philosophy of life, and it's based on bits from here and bits from here, but you're not really sure how it all fits together. So your building's a little, it's rickety. Like, you think it's standing, so I mean, you think you have a good idea on it, but when a good gust of wind, or as I'm talking about, a good gust of questioning or scrutiny could just blow the thing over. In order to strengthen that, we have to break down the whole building. We have to rebuild it using both the old parts and the new parts, which means our old ways of thinking need to be adjusted with new parts in order for them to all fit together, in order for the walls of your belief to be strong and firm, for them to be able to hold up, so that when the wind comes a blowing, when the storms happen, your structure stays strong because you've taken the time to reason out and fully grasp and understand each section of your belief structure. And so it's not easily going to be broken. And that same type of vein, with that same kind of idea of that philosophy, your hero has to be broken. Your hero has to be subjected to radical doubt. Their ways of thinking about things, their ways of seeing things, their beliefs about themselves, about their causes, all of that has to be subjected to radical doubt. And the best way to do that is with a good villain. In practical terms, I want to talk about the story structure. A villain's role is to challenge a hero's body, mind, and heart. They need to do it across the board like this in order to be a great villain. Um, they're they have to affect every part of the hero. Um, this usually happens in the story structure in a couple of ways. In a couple of stages, let me say. The villain presents a challenge to the hero, and when the villain and the hero battle, one of two things happens. Either the hero loses, and the villain is able to start an internal struggle within the hero based upon that defeat and based upon his words and actions during their battle and during the struggle itself. The other is that the villain loses on purpose as part of his plan. And that same struggle that happened with the first scenario happens again, but this time it happens a little bit later, because the hero thinks that they won and they find out that they lost. So that is the general idea of it. Once that internal struggle is started, doubt and fear begin to encapsulate the hero. Everything that they think and feel is now being questioned, and now they have to defeat themselves in order to defeat the villain. Then in stage 2, the villain challenges the hero again, or the hero challenges the villain, however that second stage goes about. Uh, but this time, all the stakes are raised. This time, even more growth has to happen in that hero. Even more doubt and scrutiny needs to happen on what they believe. Because you got to test it against the wind and the storms. They gotta know this inside their heart, in their mind, all of it. They got to be all about it. And now the hero, because of the villain's new challenge, is now having to put his heart's values and his mind's values against each other. Because now the villain has made it so all that the hero holds dear in this world and about themselves and their beliefs is threatened. Uh, this is going to put the hero in a position where they are severely tempted to violate the very codes they may have just thought they fully reasoned. You know, when they were initially defeated by the villain, all those doubts came up, and so they started putting themselves back together. But now a little bit of now more wind is coming, and that structure is going to be tested on whether or not it can stand. So because of that, the hero is now having to question the very thing he puts on. It's like he's being his own building inspector. Um, So this happens so that once the hero steps out of their comfort zones, which we all have to do to grow, uh, and they have to face this temptation and conquer it in order to defeat the villain. Now that's basically what the role the villain plays in the story and in the story structure. On the next video, we're going to talk about taking this information and using it to create our great villain for our hero. I hope this was helpful. Please, any questions, feel free to ask, and live long and prosper.